Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We are back and we're doing a best of one Zendikar Rising draft. Alright, the rare is Hagra Mauling. Tough to go wrong with this one. Great card. I don't think you're ever going to get that cost reduction in limited, but a land that doubles as a removal spell is pretty excellent. Other notable picks in here, the Blade Master for the Warriors deck, Paired Tactician, Warriors deck, Basswood Surge. Probably fine for any green deck, but great for party and the +1/+1 counter deck. The healer is perfectly playable common in the cleric deck. We've got the Felidar for landfall decks, probably green-white. Riptide for the kicker decks. Just Squid is just playable for any blue deck. Gloomhunter, +1/+1 counter deck. Bug Catcher for the party deck. Scavenge Blade for Warriors, Lagac for Landfall, Broken Wings, Sideboard card, and Strength of Solidarity, another party pick, but pretty happy to first pick a Hagra Mauling here. Ooh, follow-up pick Inscription of Insight. So this lets you bounce 2 creatures, and if you pay 8, you can also scry 2, draw 2, or create an illusion where X is the number of cards in their hand. It's pretty awesome. Otherwise, in black, we have Oblivion's Hunger and Subtle Strike. Certainly not worth taking here. I'm fine taking Inscription. And then I guess we're in rogue colors at that point. We are passing a good rogue here with Shadow Stinger, but Inscription seems like it's just a very strong card. If you get to 8 mana, I mean, you're happy to do whatever you need to do for 4 mana, but if you're top decking this late in the game, that's a lot of value. So I'm happy enough to take that. We've got some good wizards in here. The Geyser Mage and the Diviner. Field Research, better than Divination. And like I said, yeah, the Stinger. We're in rogue colors. I can still go party if I have to. But I'm going to take the Insight. You can't really splash Insight. And you can't really splash Hagra Mauling. That's something to keep in mind here. So in blue, we have Bain Veil, which is totally playable spell land. Cascade Seer, not that exciting party card. We could actually take the Moss-Pit Skeleton. I mean, this is an excellent +1/+1 counter card. Kind of gets us away from the direction of Inscription. There are no rogues in here. There is Thundering Spark Mage, which is a great card for the party deck. You can't deal it to players, though. Doesn't really matter. It's still going to do its job, probably. I mean, Bain Veil is kind of just a free card in the deck, and it's pretty playable. But it's significantly weaker than a lot of these cards. You know, I'm actually going to go Moss-Pit Skeleton. If Counters works out, you're pretty happy to have that card. Okay, so choices now. We have Diviner the Wizard. We've got a Skitter Sneak. Puts us back into blue-black rogues. It's certainly a fine card. I mean, if you can have it be a 4-mana, 4/4 menace, you're pretty happy. Relic Vial for Cleric deck. Can also be just fine in the party deck if you have enough pack piece, because you're just usually going to have Clerics. Otherwise, Blightblade's a great card. Doesn't really fit in well with the +1/+1 counter deck necessarily, but it's just great with like the Rabid Bites, and it just holds down the fort for 1 mana. It's nice. Not sure what I like the most here. I think I'm actually going to take the Blightblade. Might be a little bit weird, but I personally just really like that card. Well, we do have a Lull Mage's Familiar now, which we could take. That still puts us with the Blightblade and the Inscription, but takes us off Skeleton probably, unless we... I guess you can splash Moss-Pit Skeleton. In blue, we have Field Research, Diviner. Got some pretty good white cards here, the Shepherd of Heroes and the Shelter. Familiar is pretty excellent, though, and we already have Inscription. And the Skeleton. Like, 2 kicker cards that I'm both happy to splash. I would say Lull Mage's Familiar is the strongest card in here by quite a bit. The 2/4 body is actually really good, too. I think we just take it. Could be green-blue is the direction we can go. So we can take the Sentinel now. sticks with the kicker theme. I've been happy enough with it. This is more of a constructed card. Zulaport Duelist, good for the rogue deck, but I'm not seeing a lot of rogues flowing, so I don't know if I want to push that. I can still go 3-color and maybe make it work, including the Haggard Mauling, even though it's double black. Depends on what kind of fixing I get. I think here we just take the Sentinel and we're happy enough about it. It's a good card. It's kind of fits perfectly with both our kicker and our +1/+1 counter mini theme we want to do. So we can take another one. There's also Subtle Strike. I think when you're multicolored, the more colorless cards you have, the happier you're going to be. And I'm fine taking just another Sentinel here. Another Shepherd of Heroes. Good party cards, but we're off any sort of... I think if we're going to pursue this kicker theme, which I think we kind of have to do now, we just don't have enough class cards to go down a class path now. So we're probably just going towards kicker or +1/+1 counter value stuff. And I'd rather have another Sentinel, I think, than the Subtle Strike. These cards are just really good, especially if we can find some more ways to power them out. So here I think is a pretty easy to Zeem Royal Mage. You can play it as a piker in a pinch to trade early, or late you can get back an Inscription or a Haggard Mauling. Otherwise, Springmantle Cleric would be a good card too. It doesn't have kicker, but with 3-color it can be a 5-mana 5/6, which is obviously good, but I'd rather have the Royal Mage. More modality is usually good. You want those modal spells. So we can take Risen Riptide. We already have a pretty good late game plan, so Riptide just being blocker early, 5/5 beater on occasion. We're also just not giving up much for it. Bugcatcher is a good party card. Broken Wings, like I said, sideboard card, and we're playing best of one, so we'll just take the Riptide. So I'm fine taking a Field Research here. It fits our theme. Divination in a pinch, and then at best, maybe gains us some life. We really want Vine Gecko and more familiars for our deck, but take the Field Research and be happy. Got the Buying Veil back. That's actually really surprising. This is a great card. Very playable for any blue deck. So we're not in any of these colors. I think we're just going to pass them all. We'll take the worst card, which is probably Disenchant because it's more of a sideboard card. Take the Highborn Vamp just because you might still be pursuing black. All right, last pick, playable blue card is a good sign. So we can take Tabarax on the splash. We don't have any clerics. It's basically, it's a 3-mana 2/2 that flies and gets bigger and potentially gains lifelink. It is actually pretty good. Other options are this Iridescent Hornbeetle, which I like quite a bit. We only have the Skeleton and we have 2 Sentinels. So we might not have enough value for this card as much as I like it. We might just want the Bubble Snare. Bubble Snare is good removal, and this is where it's at its best. Kicking it, gaining life. Looking for kicker value. Turning on your Risen Riptide. So we're passing a Tabarax, which I think is actually a pretty good card, like I said. But it's also on, it would have to probably be on the splash. I think we'll fit. I think Bubble Snare fits a little bit better for what we're trying to do. So we can actually take the Rogue here. Or we can take a Hornbeetle now and hope to find some more +1/+1 counters. Which is also fine. I like that the Rogue is like kind of just like a free spell for us though. We're pretty rarely, I think, we're going to have 8 cards in their graveyard. Although these games can go late. It's also Infiltrator, which is a good card. We don't really have the rogues to support it. We just have the Blightblade. And that's it. Otherwise, I do like that card. I mean, the upside on Hornbeetle is potentially high. But Rogue, you know, Rogue being... Whoops. Oh, no. No. Rogue being a free card in the deck, I think is fine with me. Ah, there we go. Vine Gecko is like the most premium card we possibly could have asked for. So, very nice pickup there. Otherwise, Pack Beast would be fine to help us splash. Reclaim the Waste, same deal. It's also got kicker, but Vine Gecko, this is like the Vine Gecko deck. So we'll take it. So Jwari Disruption. Fine pickup for us. Diviner. I'm kind of looking for just synergy cards at the moment, so I'm fine taking Disruption. And like I said, when you're 3-color, you can afford to play like 20 lands when a bunch of them are just spell lands anyway. You really can avoid getting flooded if you just have to play these as spells when you draw them later. Disruption is one of the worst ones, but I'd still totally play it. Otherwise, we could take the Subtle Strike. Subtle Strike's pretty good too. I'm still going to take the Disruption. Alright, Arbor Mage's got kicker. We got the Geyser Mage has kicker. Gnarlid Colonies. We got 4 kicker spells here, all of them good. Yeah. Which one do I like the most? We only have 10 creatures currently. I'm hoping to find some more. I mean, I like that Arbor Mage can just straight up win the game. You know, it's uncommon too. It's just an effect where you have a built-up board, you just play it, they have to block everything, and then you just win. It's pretty excellent. It's hard to go wrong with that. I think Vastwood Surge is very good. Also helps us splash. And on top of that, we can have it reduced cost or ramp into it, so makes sense to take it here. Over Survivor, another Risen Riptide, and the Cleric, all of which would be good too. So, can take another Risen Riptide. I'm okay with that. Wind Robber, not exactly what we're looking for, but Riptide's fine. We have a ton of kicker now. It's a good blocker, like I said. Duelist is totally playable even outside of the Rogues deck. I really like this card a lot. We'll take it. I don't know if I really want to end up pursuing it, but I can consider it. These on the splash, not worth it. We'll take another Duelist. Don't really want it. I don't think we're playing any of these. Take the green card. Yeah, Subtle Strike on the splash. Still not exactly what we're looking for. Take the blue card. Squid is probably fine. Could take the Ascetic as well. Neither are really what we want for the deck, but doing more stuff early is probably better. I think our late game plan's going to be good. Take the Deliberate. Don't really want to play it. Last pick, playable card. I don't think we need it though. I can dump the Duelist too, I think. Probably just not going to need them. So, another Bubble Snare is fine. We have the Paragon, 2-mana, 3/2. It's got kicker. This is better for class cards, unfortunately, but it's also just a 2-mana, 3/2. And it can find a Rogue, it can find a Royal Mage, it can find Black Bloom Rogue, it can find Arbor Mage. So it actually does have some targets, and it's a 2-mana 3/2, so, and it's got kicker. I think we'll take it. We'll take it over the Bubble Snare and the Surge and the Might. I think we're going to be able to wheel one of those anyway. And we may not be doing black at this point, honestly. I don't know if we have to. We just have a lot of goodies. Charx is kind of cool. This definitely would motivate me to want to play 2-color because of the fact that it has to get bigger off of islands. But we might just want to stick to the Bubble Snare plan. Just get all these. I mean, we have a ton of kicker. I wish we had more kicker enablers. We just have like the Gecko and the Lull Mage's Familiar. We really need to find them here in pack 3. One more of those would help a lot. So we'll take a Bubble Snare. I'm okay with that. Roost of Drakes. Well, this is exactly the kind of payoff we want. So, huge payoff for us here. With all of these kicker spells. Very cool. You can just play this on turn 1 and start. Well, I suppose I see why it has kicker now, but Another Arbor Mage would be fine. And Visionary, I suppose, but let's just dump the black. We don't need it. Like, our biggest loss is probably just a Moss Pit Skeleton, which I can afford to lose, I think. So we'll take Roost of Drakes very happily. Can take another Royal Mage. Probably take that over to third Sentinel. And yeah, happy enough with that. No problems here. I think we're likely to wheel some stuff we want to. So this is a bit of a miss. I don't think we want to play any of these. We'll take the Adventure Awaits, because if I have to play it, it can find me a card or draw me a card. That's fine. So the Wizard is a free spell for the deck. Otherwise, we can take another Tazim Royal Mage. We have Vastwood Surge, Inscription, Field Research, Dry Disruption, Buying Veil. We don't have like a metric ton of things to bring back with Royal Mage, so I'm fine taking Umara Wizard, another spell land. We're Kicker. We're going to be a mana-hungry deck, so playing excess lands, even with 2 color, is probably warranted. This is a bit of a miss. You can take Scale the Heights. I think we do. Hopefully don't have to play it, but it can ramp us, I guess. So, don't need any of these. I guess we can take the Diviner. We do have a few Wizards now, so it's a package I can consider. So the Scythe Cat is kind of the best card. I can take this off consumption. I'm actually going to take off consumption, I think. It's something to consider if I do. I might still run black. I haven't decided yet. Take a Brute in case I need to play it. Stalker, because it can be unblockable, I guess. Alright. Cleric. And last pick, Living Tempest again. Well, interesting. So I do have the option to play Skeleton that has Kicker, and we can still do like Rogue and Mauling, Zoff Consumption. We have Vastwood Surge for fixing. Let's take out the lands for now. I'm okay with Living Tempest in decks like this that don't care about class cards anyway. We could just play a boatload of lands though if we jam Rogue, Mauling, and Consumption. We already have 3 black sources. So like we can do this. And we have 6 spell lands. Easily can play 20 lands, 6 of them being spells. And in fact, we have space for that right now. We need the Skeleton, so we'd only have to make 1 cut. And if we make a cut, we play 20 lands, which is pretty good. I kind of like this, too. Like, we can cut a Living Tempest, still have plenty of creatures. We don't have much removal. In fact, I don't know if we got any removal. No, we have the 2 Bubble Snares. That's good, actually. As far as like +1/+1 counters go for like Skeleton, we have the Sentinels, Surge, and that's like it. But it's also just a 5 mana 5/5, which is amazing. Potential 4 mana 5/5. So even if I can't bring it back, not a big deal. It did its job. So really, this is kind of up in that slot. Because on the splash, we're really not going to be playing that on turn 2 very often. I like this deck, though. 14 lands. 14 basics, I should say, with 6 spell lands is really good. It's unfortunate that our black lands have double black. It makes it more challenging. But we already have 3 blue sources. We probably don't need a ton of green. Yeah, our main color is blue. So what if I jam 2 swamps in there? Let's say I jam 2 swamps. So we already have 5 black sources, which is probably enough to reliably cast Hogger Maulings off consumption late in the game anyway. And that leaves me space for 12 more lands. Let's say I do like 7 green and then eight blue. We do have twice as much blue. We're not double color, but we need both colors. Kind of okay with this. 20 lands too is a lot. We're a mana hungry deck, like I said. Surge helps us too. I kind of like this deck. How many kicker spells did we get for this? Roost of Drakes and the Gecko and the Familiar. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 is a lot. 12 is a good amount. I'm kind of fine with this. 3 extra spell lands on the splash. We're playing 20 lands, but 6 of them are spells. This is a good deck. I like this. All right, we'll run it like this. We'll see you in round 1. All right, we're in game 1 here, and this looks like a keep to me. Haven't decided if I'm gonna play the Sentinel as a 3-mana 2/3 because we're quite a distance away from kicking it. All right. Blight Blade. I mean, I can bubble snare that if I want. Vine Gecko. All right. Well, the Vine Gecko is a little bit more worrisome. Oh, good. They missed their land drop. All right. Well, now we're ready to jam a Riptide here. Rabid Bite. Alright, so now I think that answers that question. We'll just jam. Huh. Well, actually, I think we'll bubble snare the... Oh, we don't have the double blue. I see. All right. Well, we're going to do the Sentinel instead then. And I'm willing to trade the Sentinel for the Blight Blade, because then I might be able to sneak the Vine Gecko with this Living Tempest, which would be very good for us. Alright, let's see if they play around it. If they do, I still get a Flying Beater, which is fine. So we might just play the oh good, they walked right into it. Which is what we wanted. And they get the instant concession. Beautiful. Alright, we'll see you for the next one. Alright, this hand is perfectly fine. No blue mana, but we're definitely keeping this. I'm probably just jamming a turn 2 3/2. That was a good draw. Yeah, let's do the let's get the Paragon out there. So I think we'll do field research next turn. Sure. Yeah, because then we can do the turn 4 roost. We're still quite a ways away from that, so let's get in there. Okay. That's cool. All right. So now we do the roost and pass. So we have to keep the infiltrator back. All right. This is only a little bit tricky because I really need to kill this crab, but I also really need to cast a creature here. So I think we get in, and I think we're going to go for the Living Tempest play. And hopefully eat that infiltrator. And then we're probably going to play the rogue to set up for a Hagra Mauling. Not sure why they didn't attack with the Stalker. That was kind of weird. Oh, because they could make it unblockable. Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, does make sense. Let's do the rogue here, and we'll just get in here. And we'll play a wizard. Oh, Moss-Pit Skeleton, so I can potentially get that back at some point. So Arbor Mage, not really what we're looking for. I think our best shot is Wizard. We get in for 2, and actually potentially kill them next turn because we can go Consumption and then swing in for 6 flying. Another option. Well, do we really care about taking 5 here? Oh, I mean, we're kind of going for broke next turn anyway. I think we just take it. Because we're not going to die right here, so I'd rather them just get some damage in now. Because, I mean, like I said, we're kind of going all in with this Zoff Consumption plan. Tabarax, which unfortunately does block our Wizard fairly well. I'm actually just shy of doing everything I need to do here. Let's see. I think we attack with everything. And I'm playing 2 creatures. Maybe that's too risky. Maybe we just get in with the Wizard and just in case I need 2 blockers. Because I can't kill them with Zoff Consumption this turn anyway, so... Well, I hope whatever they cast, it's 4 mana. Alright, so we can counter that. I could also Hagramalling the Tabarax, get in for 6, but then that only leaves me 1 blocker to removal, which I don't like. So do I go for it anyway? Because otherwise my other play is play the Little Mage's Familiar, which isn't ideal. So I don't know if they're going to block with Tabarax here, but I think if I can just live... Okay, I'm alright with this. And then we play the Little Mage's Familiar and pass. And if I can live, we might be able to kill him with Zoff Consumption. Haven't gotten any value off Roost of Drakes, I just realized, but we've been kind of a tough spot actually. The back end of a turn 1 Ruined Grab do a lot of work. I mean, we kind of just need him to play like that's actually fine. But if they can deal with other one, I guess we're dead. But if they can't, could actually kill them. Oh, that's too bad. So that's a tough spot because now, in order to live, we have to sack our wizard, which is unfortunate. So, all right. Very close to death here, though. So, can't quite kick this one. One shy of that. So I think we'll just do the Arbor Mage kicked. Get that thing. I guess we play the land because I think our last shot is Zoff Consumption next turn if we can live. We're also down to 4 cards in hand. So, I mean, next turn is our last draw, probably, unless they don't have a land in hand. Oh, I think they're going to get into the royal back. And that should do it. Or that one? Weird. Oh, because they have the familiar. That makes sense. Can they only get in for 4? We still can't kill them, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I guess we just take 4. Very close. Very, very close, but not quite there. Yeah, came down to the last... came down to the kicker, actually. That's the crazy part. Really did come down to that kicker card gaining him 2 life for the win. So, close game. All right, we'll see you for the next one. Yeah, we can keep this. Good hand. Tempest is pretty good. So I think I play probably the Arbor Mage first. Well, I guess I can play the Sentinel now. Alright. Prevent some damage. They did not loot, which I find interesting. So, Dry Disruption. I think we'll just jam this one first and get in for one. So we're up to, yeah, we can still prevent damage with this. Still a ways away from getting Sentinel out there. As much as I would like to eat that wizard with a Tempest. Maybe if they bounce it again, then I pass. Then I guess we're really telegraphing, but might be okay anyway. Alright. Hagra Mauling, that's cool. Let's just get in with the Blight Blade and then play a wizard. Alright. So if I had done Tempest instead, I'd probably trade Sentinel for Electromancer here, because then I might be able to catch that Windrider wizard. Well, Arbor Mage here lets us eat the wizard anyway. It makes better use of mana. Alright. So we'll eat the Windrider wizard. Right. Inscription. So we'll play the Consumption, because then we're just a land away from kicking this, and we'll hold up the Tempest. All right. So still 2 cards from maybe at this point we just jam the Mauling and play the Rogue, because they are actually pretty close to eight cards in their graveyard. So now we have 8, so we can at least do the Inscription. If I draw a land, I probably, I was gonna say I probably play it, but this is fine. Alright. So now we don't need to since they're tapped out. Which means we do this, kicked. So bounce to this thing and that thing. So we'll bounce these two. And we create the illusion. What can I get back with field research? Nothing current, or with Royal Mage. Nothing currently. Research is fine. We'll get rid of the Royal Mage, I think, though. And then we can play a land. And just get in for 2. So I think we have to research first. And I think we're just not quite there to do enough with our Tempest, unfortunately. I mean, I can get back my inscription with the Royal Mage. Oh, wow, really? Well, that's fine, I guess. Huh. So play the Royal Mage, or play the Skeleton. Pass. All right, we'll see for the next one. All right, this is a good hand. It's a strong card. So we do have a couple bubble snares, but I guess we have inscription too and a pinch to bounce. Yeah, I think we're gonna do it too. So then next turn we can do the Tempest. And they're missing their land drops, that's good. Eventually, hopefully kick in that Sentinel for good value. It's like 2 can play at this Risen Riptide game, huh? Alright, so now at least we're going to be able to get that Risen Riptide online next turn. And get a 4/5 flyer as well. Can't overlook that part. Alright, Diviner. They don't have a wizard though, which is good. Royal Mage getting back Inscription. That is also very good. Let's do the Sentinel first though. Unfortunately, Skyclave Squid not looking so hot, but that's okay. So we'll trade our Tempest for a Diviner. At least they don't draw. And then we have a 4/5/2, which is nice. In the air. Next turn we play the Royal Mage, we get back the Inscription. And we're looking pretty good there. That's a sensible play, the Riptide. Then it can actually block our Riptide. Familiar is good, but I think we just smash with Sentinel first, because we're not going to attack with our Riptide into a 1/6 now. Then we'll just jam a Royal Mage. Actually, still one land shy of... and we can play around Disruption too, which is nice. Can't play around another Anti-Cognition, which they had. And we can eat the ooze with our squid, which I'm happy to do too. They just attack with the Riptide. We play around an instant speed kicker spell by not blocking and just taking 1, which I'm okay with. Or taking 6 if they kick something. That's interesting. Alright, so we'll jam this. Alright, so you can go. Nope, don't want to tap like that. I'm going to do this. And then this. And get in for 5. And they don't have another wizard right now, which is good. Alright. Can accept that. Another Risen Riptide. Alright, we can handle that too. Alright, so we have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana at our disposal here, but this takes 7. So the play is to, yeah, we just, they already know about the Sentinel, so this is fine. We just kick this. And get in with our Sky guy. So, get in with our flyers. Sure. So they can eat a Drake and then take 6, which still puts them dead next turn. And we just go Riptide and sandbag a land. We lost a Royal Mage and an Arbor Mage, both of which would have been pretty slick actually. Alright, sweet. We'll see you for the next one. Alright, this is a good keep. I like it. I think we're just going to open with the Disruption. I don't have to. I could have done the Buying Veil, but I feel like we're going to be tapping out for a little while at least. We'll see. Like next turn I can easily play the Consumption to build towards this Moss-Pit Skeleton. Which I think we will do. Next turn I can Bubble Snare something like that. Oh. Well. Now I want to kick the Roost, but we don't have the double blue. We need the double blue for Bubble Snare anyway. You know what? I think we play Buying Veil. And we go Roost. Because next turn we're going Moss-Pit Skeleton. Kicked. What's this do again? Oh yeah, you can like exile stuff. That card's pretty good. Let's do the big gun. So they don't quite have the mana to kill our skeleton. But they can kill our Drake, but since Drake's free value anyway, kind of okay with that. Alright. Seems fine to me. We'll just go land, kick skeleton, get it right back. So basically get a rare out of their deck and really not lose that much. I don't want to play Bubble Snare because we want to kick it for that extra Drake. At some point. No rush. Hellion, alright. So I think we found our Bubble Snare target. They can replay a land to find something off Exploration. Electromancer. But they have to put it in their graveyard now. So they maybe wanted to sandbag that actually, but Let's kick this. Get another Drake. Get in for 7. Next turn we can Royal Mage, but we actually don't have a target for it, so might be better to just play like the Wizard, or maybe just leave up the Living Tempest. Potentially eat the Seafloor Stalker if they cast a spell pre-combat. And get less than 5 mana or whatever. Okay, so I assume they're gonna bounce one of our Drakes. Or maybe they bounce their Hellion. If they bounce their Hellion, they're not doing too great though. They still have to deal with this Moss Pit Skeleton. Alright, they don't seem to care. Arbor Mage, so we can just eat their Geyser Mage and get another. Yeah, I like that. Oh, so they can steal our Skeleton, but we still have a blocker, so I'm okay with this too. They can play Songnad Skeleton, steal Moss Pit Skeleton. We block it with a Arbor Mage and take 2. That's not that bad. They either have to play it now or it's gone. I don't know how I feel about Valakut Exploration. It's a tough card. I mean, they could also steal our thing and then into the Royal. And then I guess, no, we still get to block, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. Just jump. And now what do they do? They have to like into the Royal to live. Or they die. Alright, we'll take it. We'll see you for the next one. Alright. This is good. This is very good. We need another blue mana to really maximize this hand, but this is a keep for sure. So we're not doing... Oh, perfect. Now we don't have to first turn the Roost. We get to do... This is sick if this works out. We can do turn 2 Gecko and a turn 3 Roost of Drakes. And just really go off here. Akira, what do you do? Maybe you attack a player with one or more equipped creatures, draw, and you can unattach equipment from a creature you control, tap it, and make it indestructible. It's kind of cool. But let's just bust out the big guns. The big guns at the reduced cost. And no, I don't even want to offer the trade of my Vine Gecko to that Akiri. So next turn, maybe just Bubble Snare this, make our thing even bigger. I like that. Sure. So, they're going to draw a lot of cards off of that. All right. We offer the trade. Especially since they're tapped out now. Yeah. All right. It did its job. But we can Bubble Snare the Electromancer if we want. But honestly, we probably just play the Riptide and set up for a Bubble Snare bigger attack. I mean, they have to pay 3 to equip, so that would kind of take their whole turn anyway. It's probably fine. Alright. Maybe they equip too. And then they have to use a lot of resources. Alright. Let's go. Well, the problem is I actually want to kick the Bubble Snare. I kind of have to. Kind of have to kick this. So I can get in some extra damage there. I can play a Royal Mage as like a... Alright, that's fine. Buying Bale's pretty cool. That is actually cool. Let's just do a kicked Royal Mage though, I think. Yeah, I think so. They might just take it. They do. I mean, we can afford to take 8 here or whatever. The 2/3 is actually a pretty good blocker for them. But I can block that if they attack, which is also fine. I don't even think they want to attack there, do they? It's weird they replayed that. No kicker spells in hand, but 3 spell lands. Guess that we pass. And our plan is to leave up the Jwari Disruption for expensive things, and alright, I guess we can Buying Veil. We have to. It's a great draw. But we only have 6. Alright. I guess I should have anticipated possibly needing the 7th land for one of our 2 Sentinels. Paragon's a great draw too, but let's do this one first. So let's see, attack with the Riptide. If I attack with these 2, if I attack with all 3, I think we attack with all 3 actually. This is fine. Alright, sweet. See you for the next one. Alright. I'm fine with this. This looks pretty good, actually. I think we actually do the Hagra Mauling first, believe it or not. And then we do... We can do the skeleton. I don't know if I want to. But I don't think we do. I can play the rogue here. We go, okay, rogue, island next turn, Riptide, 4th turn, Roost, 5th turn, Skeleton. Okay, I think we'll do that. Alright, so they can give this Death Touch. And they're going to mill us 3, but that at least potentially can find something for this Royal Mage. I didn't really need those lands anyway, so that's fine. Alright, let's go land, Roost. Get in for 5. Sure. 2 cards left. Another Gloom Hunter. Interesting that they would cast a Gloom Hunter like that. Let's make sure we get the green so we can do the Skeleton kicked. Get in for 5. Now they're just jumping. It's fine. Royal Mage can get back Dry Disruption. I guess it's not that exciting, but certainly fine here. I'm fine getting milled for now with Tazim Royal Mage in hand. I mean, granted, we actually haven't hit any spells yet, but that's okay. Blood Priest. Alright. Consumption is actually really nice, too. I think that we just go... Yeah, I think we actually just go Inscription. And we return to, because we have the Royal Mage. I see the problem, though. We really want to kick. We do really want to kick, though. Maybe we play the Consumption as a land, because then we're closer to the Surge kick, too. Alright, let's go. Let's go Royal Mage. Kicked. Getting back Disruption. And actually, I guess we can play the Disruption as a land, so that's kind of convenient. And I think we just get in probably just with this, which is fine. Just jumping. And then we'll play the Disruption. Oh, I can't? Did I already play a land that turn? I must have. I don't remember doing that, though. I guess I should have attacked with the Drake too. Guess I wanted some blockers for their guys, though. No attacks. Alright, well, for now he can hold on to the Disruption. So we'll just get in with one of these. I feel like disruption can actually do something. I mean, consumption's pretty important too, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I can also keep them both. We're in a, yeah, you know what? We're kind of in a stalemated position right now. I'm kind of okay with this. Well, I can't counter that, so all right. If I kick Surge, this becomes 7, 14, 18, 22, 26. So potential for 26 damage. That's pretty good. Unfortunately for us, they played around the disruption. That's a tough one. Real tough one there. So I think we have to double block the Skitter Sneak. Which I don't really want to do, but I think we have to do it. I don't know. I have no idea why they didn't attack with anything else, but I like it. So gotta double block that guy. Buying Veil is at least something, but down to 12 cards left in. Alright. Alright, field research is cool, but not really what I'm looking for. So I guess we play this now. I can just do consumption this turn. Actually, I guess I can kick the field research. Yeah. Yeah, it gives us another Drake too. Alright. And you can attack for 5. There's chumping for some odd reason. 8 cards left in our deck. Probably need to chump here, I guess. Can't really afford to mill another 3. But now we can at least kick an inscription. That makes sense. Alright. So let's kick this. How many cards do I have left? Got 5. So can I afford to draw 2? Scry 2, draw 2? Probably. Well, they're going to be able to replay. I don't know if I can scry 2, draw 2, can I? Well, what else can I do? I need to play a bunch of dudes this turn. Set up for a Vastwood Surge. Let's play the land. Let's go Wizard. Blightblade. And we actually can't even do the Paragon 2. You only have 2 green sources? Wow. Guess we just play the Blightblade then. It's a tough spot. Well, they're tapped out. That's actually... It's good news for us with 2 cards left in our deck, actually. So we go Inscription, kicked, and we just want to do these 2. And we have to bounce the 2 rogues. And then we create the thing. And get in for all this. So Vastwood Surge now is pretty good. I don't know if it's good enough though. Because we're dead next turn, unless we can force them to... Well, actually... So now we can just kick Royal Mage. Yeah. Kick Royal Mage, bring back Inscription, bounce their guys again, create another illusion. Yeah. Let's make sure they leave us with a blue mana. Two, three, 4, 5, 6. Kick this. Bring back Inscription. Bounce their guys. Last possible draw step here. I wonder, so if I kicked Basswood, they would have only, would they have had to block 2 creatures? 6, 9, plus 4, 13. And how much did they just take? 8, 9, 10, 11. So they were at 13, and they would have taken, what did I say, 6, 9, or 12, no, 13? So maybe they would have been dead. Maybe I put myself in a more difficult position here. So, I mean, we are on the last possible card here. Alright, let's just do some consumption. Alright, cool. Got there. That was a close game. I might have given them an extra turn to beat us, but wow, that was close. Alright. See you for the next one. Alright, this is a keep. This hand needs some help, but Vine Gecko is one of our better cards, and we're running 20 lands, so let's hope we can find... I mean, that means out of the 33, what, 18? So more than half of what our draws are. More than 50% chance of drawing a land. Good. Let's get that Gecko down. I might just play this Sentinel. Yeah. Otherwise I have to take a hit for 3 next turn. This is 6. I also don't have the... I don't have the mana for Skeleton yet. So actually it does make sense to do Sentinel as a blocker here. And then next turn we do the Surge. We probably just get 2 black mana so we can cast all of our things. And now we're in pretty good shape. Can do the Skeleton, can do the Inscription actually. Maybe we want to do that. We don't, yeah, we do have the 3rd blue, so we can do Inscription here. I probably do that. I don't see why not. It's a lot of effects. So I'll block the Pack Beast here. It's their only warrior. That's interesting. Gonna attack the Pack Beast into that Sentinel. Alright. Seems like an easy block. If you have a trick, you got it, but our Gecko is gonna get good here too. Sure. Alright. They use some resources. Sure. A lot of spells. Alright. Let's go Inscription here. Kicked. All the goodies. So we're gonna bounce this. And bounce. Guess this. I'm gonna do all this. Guess we don't need the land. Oh yeah, I want to get my Inscription back that I just cast for sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. Get a 4/4. Can attack for 3. They can't even really block. We can cast the Hagra Mauling now too. Next turn we can cast this for 5 plus the Blightblade. That's pretty sweet. Or we can do this for 4. Got some good options here. Alright. They're gonna attack? What's it say? It's quite the attack. Yeah, let's do I mean, we've got some serious options here of what we want to do. Yeah. So Royal Mage kicked is 5 mana, which is not enough to immediately do the Insight. I'm not mana starved, but I want to do more stuff with my turns. So we probably just drop the Rogue as a land. And then I think we kick this. and play the Blight Blade. And I think we can actually attack with this too. Which is fine. So next turn, Royal Mage, and potentially have the mana to at least play Inscription unkicked, which is still good. So they can leave up the 5 mana. Makes sense. Now they didn't leave up the 5 mana. So Hagra Mauling actually can... We're at 13. Let's just do... Let's see here. So we're at 13. I can block their biggest ground guy, which is the Tactician. They pump all their mana into the Banneret. We take 2, 5, 7, 11, and then we kill the Shepherd of Heroes. At most. And they go to 14. We do have lethal and crackback if they attack with everything. So probably just attack with the skeleton. I want to see how they block. They decide to take it, which is also fine. So we're going to do the Riptide, which still leaves us 2 black for the Hagra Mauling. And that's good with me. So if we draw an untapped land, alright, did get the untapped land, so technically we can do Royal Mage, kicked, 1, 2, well, we can get back Hagra Mauling too. I think the Inscription's going to be pretty nasty to deal with, I think. So, yeah, let's just do the... Because otherwise, I guess I'm just killing the Seagate Banneret. Which isn't bad. But, I'll kick this. But yeah, I think getting... Ooh, Surge is nasty too. But let's get some extra cards. I think it's just better. I think it's better. I mean, we can threaten lethal here. This leaves me 4 blockers for a lot of attackers, though. And they do have a double striker, so maybe we just attack here. What's insane is Inscription can bounce my own creature. So I can actually bounce my own Royal Mage to get back Inscription again. Wow. I don't even know what to say about that. It's like just infinite kicking, scrying, drawing, spitting out illusions. They don't really have a good attack here. They're going to have to start blocking at some point. That point is coming sooner rather than later. They kind of have to attack, I think, at some point. Alright, so we can do the Inscription kicked. So we'll bounce this, we'll bounce. I suppose the Tactician. And then I'll make a dude. Can dump those. Make a 4/4. So now if we attack with these two, it's actually lethal, which means they have to start chumping. We're left with 4 blockers for 5 attackers. And we definitely want to threaten lethal here, so can actually do these two. It's still lethal. Alright. I mean, I probably could have attacked with everything. I'm playing it pretty conservatively, I admit. What's this do? Lets you ping stuff. Alright. I don't really care about that. So, they don't have enough mana to do basically anything. So we can attack with these 3. If any of them get through, I guess with the exception of this. Let's just attack with these 3. They can't, like I said, if either of these connect, they die. If this connects, they don't die, but the reason I didn't attack with the Blight Blade is because they have the, this is going to work out fine for us, so I'm cool with this. Kill your 3/3. Alright. Cool. We'll see you for the next one. Alright, we got a great keep here. Gecko into potential kicked bubble snare. Try and set up for this inscription. Alright, we'll snare that. And then we probably just do Surge next turn, honestly. I think kind of just, yeah, it sets us up for Inscription next turn kicked. I think we just do it. And get our 2 swamps. And then pass. So we take a hit here, which isn't ideal, but actually bouncing Construct's not ideal either, but that's okay. We'll see what they got. Alright. So we'll bounce both of the Florahedron and the Stomper. And spit out a... This only costs 7 now too. So we have to make sure to play the blue. Have this kicked. Do everything. Bounce these 2. I get a thing. And scry 2. Get rid of those. Draw 2, get a 5/5. And for 4. This is a fine trade for us. We've got more cards in hand, so I like this trade. Alright, Roost is a great draw too. How much lands do we have now? We have 3, 6, 8 mana, so 4. Can do this plus the Rogue. Seems good to me. Oh, actually, no, we can do it plus the Wizard. That's sweet. So we'll get in first. Surprised they took that. So actual basics we have left in our deck, I think, are just like 2 unseen, or is that wrong? 3, 6, 8, 10, 12 we just put on the bottom. So there's only 2 unseen. That's a sweet draw. Let's do this. Kick it. See if we find anything. It's a wizard too to make our guy fly. I didn't even realize that. Well, this strap deck turned out really well for us. We had a rocky start and ended up getting our 7 wins with it, which I'm happy about because the deck was really good. We had some really good tools in this deck. We had all of the kicker stuff. The Lull Mage's Familiar, we had the Drake Roost, we had the Vine Gecko, so we had all the goodies. We just, yeah, kind of got beat up a little bit early, but managed to come back and do well. So, all right. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.